Here we are again. Oh, I just realized I got the score backwards. Oh, that's hilarious. What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six-Man Show Postgame Live presented by Rock'em. The Magic did not win by 21. They lost by, not 21, 19, whatever it is. 23 is what it ended up being. I don't know. I'm all frazzled. Welcome to the show. My name's Kevin. Glad you're here. If you guys are thinking you're coming in here tonight for like this really long extended crying session, you're not going to get it. This is going to be short and sweet, okay? Magic got just out everything in the second half, which is pretty much to be expected given the shape this team is in, given the second night of a back-to-back. Like, everything you would have expected from this team is exactly what happened in the second half. So this team that has exceeded expectations through the first 7 games without Franz Wagner, we're very much on par with expectations in the second half tonight. Completely incapable of scoring. Again, the second night of a back-to-back, I think the team lost a lot of steam. The officiating was horrendous, like really, really bad. Not the reason you lost this game, obviously, but definitely made life more difficult for the Magic. But in the end of the day, just could not score at all. Could not score. And you're never going to beat a team like New York without scoring. So anyway, welcome to the show. My name's Kevin. Like I said, this is going to be short and sweet. Probably our shortest show of the season. Just says, like, what the heck are you supposed to say about that, right? What are you going to do, right? A couple things I'm going to nitpick, a couple things I'm going to complain about, a couple players I'm going to complain about. If you're coming here for some positivity, and there's just not anything really to be had tonight. So welcome to the show. Like I said, my name's Kevin. This show is brought to you by Rock'em. They're the world's largest sock store. They're located in Orlando. They're a Central Florida-based company, and their employees are big Magic fans. Most of them, anyway. Couple fans of other teams there, but that's all right. A lot of them big Magic fans, and that's why they're big fans of this show and big fans of the Orlando Magic fan community. And so be sure you shop at rock'em.com and use this code MAGIC20 to get socks and underwear for some of your favorite teams. This is some of the stuff I got for Christmas. I got some Florida State socks, you know, the turquoise theme socks. I also got some pretty slick Tampa Bay Lightning socks as well. For my Chris, they were in my stockings. Thanks, Santa. Appreciate that. But of course, you can get Orlando Magic stuff there as well. Just be sure you use that code MAGIC20 for 20% off. All right, guys. Let's see what we got here tonight. We got one super chat from King the Seventh. Says, never seen, well, I don't know what happened there. Never seen the guys give up. Felt like they gave up. I mean, yes, I somewhat agree, but I think they also just felt super defeated. Like they could not score at all in the second half. Let's actually see. What did they end up scoring in the second half? 17 plus 14, so 31 points in the second half. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. 31 points in the second half for the Orlando Magic. And so, yeah, if you were going out there and scoring 31 points, you'd feel pretty defeated too. Not justifying it, not excusing it, but yeah, it's rough. But again, it's what you expect. Look on paper. This is what we expected this stretch to be like. The fact that the Magic won 3 games during this stretch is quite literally a Christmas miracle, right? But yeah, it's and give credit to the Knicks, right? By the way, the Knicks did what those other teams have not been able to do, right? Phoenix Suns couldn't beat this Magic team. The Miami Heat choked a 22-point fourth quarter lead against this team and needed a Tyler Hero game winner to beat him last night, right? And the Boston Celtics couldn't beat this team. So I absolutely give the Knicks credit. They did what they were supposed to do tonight. Took them a little while to get going, but that second half, they just put their foot down and said game over. And I'll give them a lot of credit for that. Now, they weren't perfect. I know our friends at Knicks Film School aren't going to be super happy with everything. The missed free throws, a lot of missed opportunities as well. It wasn't a perfect game for the Knicks, but they did what they were supposed to do. They blew out this shell of a Magic team by 23. They're the only team to do that so far in this stretch, and they've done it twice now. 3 times if you count, before the Franz injury. This team has really had the Magic's number this season. That being said, I still want to see this team play the Knicks when fully healthy. I really do. And unfortunately, that won't happen in the regular season. But if that means playoffs, I'm definitely curious how a fully healthy Orlando Magic team would do against a fully healthy New York Knicks team. We'll see. All right, like I said, this is not going to be long tonight, guys. It's just not. It's just not. It's the same old problems, same old things. We'll go to the chat for a little bit here, but I'm going to pick and choose wisely. Hoop says, this team sucks. Paolo and Franz coming back isn't going to give everybody else magical powers that makes them good at offense. I think that's a pretty cold take. It's amazing what happens when Paolo and or a Franz comes into a game and starts attracting defenses, getting double and triple teams, leaving guys much more open, much more opportunities offensively. Not saying this team is full of elite shooters or elite scorers. Obviously not. But the floor opens up completely when Paolo and or Franz are on the floor. So I disagree. Does this team suck right now? Offensively, absolutely. But this team was not built to be in this situation, right? This team was built around their two superstars, Paolo and Franz, both of which are out. Fortunately, though, it sounds like we're going to get Paolo back pretty soon. Got a super chat here from Soul Train. Says, after a tough, grinding loss, New York on a back-to-back was the last team we needed to see. Their wings are a bad matchup with this Magic team. WCJ and bench was sad. 100% agree. If you picked out of the 29 NBA teams, what team would you like to see on the second night of a back-to-back? Given your current injury situation, the Knicks might literally be last. They might literally be last in that list. And then your last comment, Wendell, and the bench was sad. Bench was atrocious. Wendell, Jonathan Isaac, horrible tonight. We'll talk more about them in a little bit. The whole bench. Honestly, outside of Jalen and Goga, it was just an embarrassment. Janine says, first to 106. If you know, you know. Hey, if you know, you know. I said that on the Knicks Film School preview show earlier today. If the Knicks get to 106, they probably win the game. And hey, they got to 106. Merritt Cass says, officiating also sucked. It was really bad. And I think it was bad both ways, to be clear. I think it was bad both ways. I think the Magic, slightly more injustices against them. I mean, the Jalen Suggs replay that ends up being a technical foul on a shot was one of the worst calls I have ever seen. I just cannot wrap my head around it. I can't do it. I hope that gets rescinded. That was ludicrous. Crazy stuff. Miguel says that second half, 31 points in the second half. Bad. The only hero says the Wendell Carter Jr. fall off makes me sad. Yeah. Fall off from him, fall off from Cole Anthony. Fall off from Jonathan Isaac this year, too. It's all very sad. Theo says AB was so trash. AB was not good tonight, but get in line. Everyone was bad, like I said, except for Jalen and Goga. Luis Rosario says, well, back to playing 2 games for the price of 1. Yeah, I feel that. Soul Train says, Knicks are simply a bad matchup for us with their wings, and being a back-to-back on top of that didn't help. 100% agree. Again, though, I want to see this team against a fully healthy Orlando Magic. That's what I want to see. Not saying we would win, but I definitely think we wouldn't lose by 23. That's for dang sure. Jory B says, Wendell and J.I. got to lose some weight. They look like they're stuck in mud. I don't disagree. Jonathan Isaac put on weight this offseason. It's supposed to be good weight, but he has not looked the same at all. At all. Colin Cordero says, P5 back to conditioning. We need him back ASAP. Yeah. That was the best news of the night. Best news of the night. Let's see here. Yeah, N8 says 31 points and a half is absurd. It's truly crazy. Truly crazy. And, at some level, credit the Knicks, right? Playing aggressive defense, forcing turnovers, all those kinds of things. But also, how many wide open shots did the Magic just brick in the second half? Looking at you, KCP. They're not even guarding him. They're just letting him stand out there. It's crazy. Brian G says, let's bring Chuma Okeke back. Ironically, Chuma is playing for, last I saw, playing for the Knicks G League team. I think it's still the Westchester Knicks, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Pretty wild. Janine says, hit the like button for Kevin. MVP for hosting post this game. Well, thank you, Janine, for that. It's not easy after something like that. But yeah, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button, I would appreciate that. Again, it's going to be short and sweet tonight, just because who the heck wants to talk about that? Not me. But here we are. What in the world? Okay, all right, let's do this. Let's oh my gosh. All right, let's go to the box score. Again, I'm not going to go through all this. Tristan doesn't score. Goes 0 for 5, 0 for 3 from 3 in 27 minutes. KCP goes 1 for 6 from 3. I would guess that 5 of those were wide open. Maybe 4. He's just got to be freaking better. He's just got to be better, man. Just has to be better. Goga, I thought, was pretty good. Not perfect. Hey, shout out Goga for hitting his first 3 of the year. Shout out Goga for getting a first quarter kapaya from Jeff Turner. Jalen, it's a mixed bag for me from Jalen tonight. He was good. He was very, very good. But he has to understand that without Paolo and Franz, he is way, way too important to be getting those ticky-tack fouls. On the one hand, you love the aggression, you love the intensity, all those things. But he was just way too aggressive. That foul that he got in the third quarter pretty much was the nail in the coffin. Knicks go on a run right after that and don't look back. He just has to be smarter than that. He has to know how important he is, given the current state of this roster. And he has to get control of his emotions, and he has to just be smarter with those fouls. He cannot get into foul trouble. Way too important, especially in a game like this where there's no offense from anywhere else. Just can't have that foul trouble there. Just can't do it. It sucks. I know that's part of his identity is being aggressive, but you just got to be smarter. Anthony Black, talked about him earlier. Just on the one hand, he does get the foul line 5 times, but outside of that, I mean, still want to see more from him. And it's hard because we've seen that. We've seen it from him. Jonathan Isaac, I mean, yeah, he gets 3 buckets, but goes 0-4 from 3. Defensively, just is a total shell of himself. Total shell of himself. I just do not remember seeing him just let guys score. Like, it's one thing to not be able to fully challenge, but the number of times Jonathan Isaac is just standing there with his arms down, not even putting an arm up, not even putting a hand up. It's every night. It's every night. And I never saw that in the first, 5, 6 seasons of his 7 seasons of his career, whatever it's been now in Orlando. I can't even think how long he's been here. 2019 was when he was drafted. So, not 2019, 2018, 2018. 2018. That's what I meant. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. Trevelin Queen, again, I thought was good. Trevelin Queen was good tonight. Trevelin Queen was good. I'm getting this out of here. Get out of here, dude. Your comment was fine, but that username is trash. Get out of here. Gary Harris makes his return tonight, so hey, welcome back, Gary. Wish you did more for us. Goes 0-2 from 3 tonight in 14 minutes. Wendell, really bad. Really, really bad night from Wendell. Really bad. Him and J.I., they just have to be better. Like, you lose Mo Wagner to injury. One or both of those guys has to step up every single night to fill the absence that you get without Mo. I'm not saying they need to go out there and score 15 points a night like Mo would do, but they just have to not be bad. They just have to not be bad. Corey Joseph got spot minutes tonight. Cole Anthony also spot minutes tonight. Got both of his buckets in garbage time. Again, the wild ride from Cole Anthony this season is really crazy. Has a worldly game on Saturday, really bad yesterday, and just not even able to see the floor really tonight. They tried to throw him out there at the start of the fourth, and he turns the ball over uncontested dribble, just loses the handle. And some people get on here and say he needs more consistent minutes to like get ramped up, and I hear you, but then something like that happens, and it's just like, how can you give a guy consistent minutes when that's what happens? It's hard. It's a very love-hate relationship with Cole right now. We all want the best for him, but stuff like that just can't happen. Luis Rosario with the super chat. Bro, these super chats are wilding out tonight. Says, work this math equation. Bridges foul Suggs. Yeah. Suggs gets a T, and KCP gets a T for arguing. Hart elbow Suggs and no T. Jalen kicks Brunson in the groin. No foul. Can't do this new math. again, I thought the officiating was horrible. And I think both sides have legitimate complaints. I thought the Suggs cat thing was stupid. There's no way that should have been a tech. Who knows what KCP said? Maybe he deserved a tech. Maybe he didn't. It looked like a quick whistle, but who knows? The heart elbows Suggs thing, that was just kind of a sarcastic thing from the broadcast crew. No one in their right mind thinks that should be a tech or a flagrant or whatever. But at the same time, Jalen shouldn't have been either. And then Jalen kicks Brunson in the groin, no foul. Again, I agree with Knicks fans. That should not have been a foul on Jalen Brunson. I think, if anything, it's a no call or a Jalen Suggs offensive foul. I just think this officiating crew is terrible. Terrible. Awful tonight. Awful. Really bad. Ben Taylor, man. Sheesh. Really bad. All right. Some of the team stats here. Again, Magic, pretty good first quarter. Pretty good second quarter. And the fourth quarter was just atrocious. Knicks get 60 points in the paint. Not surprising. Let's see what they ended up with from three. I know they got a garbage time three at least. 4 of 15 from three for the New York Knicks. If you tell me before this game that you hold the New York Knicks to 4 for 15 from three, I think we actually probably have a chance to win this game. That's really good. Magic continue to be the best team defending a three-point line in the league. And if you tell me that's the score there from three for the Knicks, I think the Magic probably win this game. But credit to the Knicks. They took advantage of everywhere else on the floor. Obviously, mainly Jalen Brunson. Did pretty much whatever he wanted there as far as the mid-range game that he is so good at. Yeah, got to give him credit. Going back to the team stats here, Knicks get 19 fast break points. Wow, most of those surely in the fourth quarter. They just got a ton of runouts on turnovers, really bad turnovers in that third and fourth quarter, led by as many as 24. Only 18 bench points for the Knicks, 25 for the Magic. I'm surprised it was 25 for the Magic. How did we end up with 25? That's crazy. Just a bunch of single-digit dudes. But Magic actually had fewer turnovers than the Knicks, which is really surprising. It felt like in the third and fourth quarters we were turning it over on every other possession. But that's the way it goes. Just, again, a shell of this team is really what it is. Really what it is. All right, let's see what else we got here, chat, tonight. Again, short and sweet. We'll hit a few more of these. We'll check the scores around the league, and we'll call it a night. James says Orlando needs to move for Cam Johnson. I mean, at this point, give me anybody who can score the basketball. Anyone that can shoot. Cam Johnson would be an awesome addition. What does it take to get a Cam Johnson? I don't know. We got a Knicks fan here. Says, y'all played a good game. You just can't shoot enough to keep you in games with all the injuries. Appreciate that. Yeah, pretty much that's how it feels. The Magic shot the ball well in the first half, and it was a close game, and they just disappeared in the second half, and it wasn't. So, but credit to the Knicks. Like I said, the Knicks have done during this stretch what pretty much every other team that we have faced has not done, right? This is the 8th game tonight. We've played the Knicks in 2 of those since the Franz injury. Every other game, except for the OKC, I guess, is the only other exception. The 2 Knicks games and the OKC game were the games that weren't close. The other guys either lost to this Magic team or barely beat this Magic team. And so credit to the Knicks for not playing with their food. Like I said, slow start in the first half, but second half, just did what you're supposed to do and blew this team out. Merritt's cast says, in an ideal world, we get both Cam Johnson and De'Aaron Fox, but I doubt we get either. We just don't quite have the pull factor yet. Yeah, there's no situation where we get both of those guys. It's just not a thing. But one of those would be very interesting. If you're asking me, I'd probably lean, I don't know. I'm not going to go there. I'm sure we'll talk about trades and stuff on Monday's show, the Sixth Man Show. Speaking of which, guys, tonight is a new episode of the Sixth Fan Show, which is going on right now outside of Kia Center. That's always going to be interesting after a loss. It's going to be interesting after a loss to the Knicks. So you'll want to tune into that super late tonight, maybe early in the morning. We'll get that up, and that'll be fun. Mr. Dogstream says, I think part of the reason the NBA is suffering with ratings these days is because the officials are becoming involved in too many conversations when discussing games and outcomes. Yeah, 100% agree. Tonight was just a prime example of that. Officiating was just truly horrible. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Let's go just around the league and we'll call it a night. Here's the thing. At least we're not the Pacers. Okay? Just the Pacers are, except for I think one guy, fully healthy. And they just lost by 37 to the Celtics, whom the Magic beat on Monday. Like, the Pacers are truly fraudulent. I just said that on the last show, or maybe it was Monday's show. I don't remember. They are fraudulent this season. They are not good. Really not good. And so they lose to the Celtics 142 to 105. Good grief. Man. Mavericks are up 13 on the Suns. Cavs up 6. I didn't realize Cavs and Nuggets play tonight. I might have to check the second half of that game out. Grizzlies up 10 on the Pelicans in the third. Rockets up 8 on the Wolves early in the fourth. Spurs up 10 on the Nets. The Magic play the Nets on Sunday. And then, yes, the New York Knicks beat the Orlando Magic by 23, 108 to 85. What does that mean for the standings? Let's take a look. Let's make sure this is nice and fresh. Magic now trailed the New York Knicks by 3 games for that 3 seed, 5 games of the Celtics for the 2 seed. They are now 8.5 back of the Cavs, who, like I said, are currently playing, so they could be 9 games back at the 1 seed. They're currently just a game up on the Milwaukee Bucks for that 5 seed and a game and a half up on the Miami Heat at the 6 seed and 2 games ahead of the Atlanta Hawks, who are below the playoff line and in the play-in bracket. Yeah, just got to stay afloat. Good news for the Magic. You play the Nets on Sunday. Not that the Nets are an easy team. They're a team that's going to fight and scratch and claw every single night. We've seen that already twice this season when we played the Nets. But it is a much, much different opponent than your last several. When you think about the Knicks, the Heat, the Celtics, the Heat, the Thunder. Before that, it was the Knicks again. Yeah, that's right. Just a lot of difficult games. Milwaukee before that. I forgot Milwaukee before that. A lot of playoff teams, a lot of really good teams. Sunday, it's the Nets. Can the Magic win that game? Yes. Should they win that game? Maybe. Maybe even given the current state of things. But then after that, it's, like I said, Brooklyn Sunday, at Detroit, at Toronto versus Utah. A stretch of the most winnable games that you've had since the Franz injury. Again, wouldn't sit here and say the Magic will go 4-0, but they have a better chance in those 4 games than the last 8, which have all been very difficult. That's going to do it for us tonight. Again, check out the Six Fan Show. It'll be out later tonight, early in the morning, whatever. New episode of the Six Man Show on Monday. And, of course, Sunday's game. It's an early tip-off, 3:30 Eastern on Sunday against the Brooklyn Nets. And, of course, post-game live right after that one. So enjoy your weekend, everyone. But, of course, as always, let's go Magic.